to begin to understand. As the great philosopher Will Durant said, he said, let us understand optimism to mean a belief. Not that everything is going to be going perfectly, but that most features of human life are showing improvement. You see, not everything is going perfectly, but it is improving. Everybody say, it is improving. See, it doesn't go when I wrote my thesis in ministerial school in 1974, I was writing my thesis, and the theme of it was that you do not go from the seen to the unseen in a flash. It is a process. Now we are there. This wonderful musician we have this morning, first of all, she got an idea, I can make music, and then she did something with the idea, did she not? Aren't we glad she did? Okay. How many had an idea somewhere along the line that you could do something, be something, or experience something, and you committed yourself to it, and now it is you automatically. It is everything you are. Okay. How many had an idea you gave up on? Okay. See? How many had an idea you gave up on? It's good. I had a couple in that were, they were sitting there trying to find an answer to their relationship, and she kept sitting in my office with me, kept going on about the guy she could have married. The one she could have been with. The one she did. And so, now he was a good student, and the husband looked at her and said, you'd probably have the same experience you're having with me. They're no longer together. But whoever they're with is, everybody say, wherever I am, I'm there. Okay. See, it's not somebody else. How many have done that? How many tried to condemn your way into change? Only to show up in a new experience exactly the same. It's just a new version of the same thing. Now, our challenge is to do what? If we're going to experience the perfectly wonderful in our life, sometimes she walks in the door and it's Reverend Dar. Everybody say, good morning, Reverend Dar. Now, everybody say, the perfectly wonderful. The perfectly wonderful. Now, this is your potential for improvement. If nothing else this morning, I want you to walk out of here affirming, I am the potential of improvement. Now, what do you want to do with the potential? You just want it to lie there, you want to do something with it. See, if you do something with it, you are the improvement. You're not the potential. You are what? See, Charlie Parker said once, you play the music until you become the music. Okay. See, you sing the song till you are the song. Okay. How many, if you want to be an artist, are willing to settle for painting by numbers? Anybody? What you want to do is free yourself from that, don't you? Okay. And paint by numbers people are really not artists. They're just painting by numbers. And this is not what true metaphysics is all about. We're not paint by numbers. We're not, we don't have rituals or ceremonies or anything like that that stagnate you into nothing but cookie cutting the person next to you. The idea is to be uniquely you. How many got your handout this morning? The handout I gave you. In it, I have two things here from Mystic Minds, Everywhere at Once. And for the YouTube, everybody say, good morning, YouTube. Anyhow, YouTube is on there. And if you're not going to YouTube and you miss a service, you can always click on there and get it. Or if you want to re-see it, we're on the YouTube. In this, I say, now here is the image of the power of God. This fundamental is an all-encompassing circle. No one can say where this wheel begins or ends. This clearness of mystic awareness comes from the heart of mind of Hildegard of Bergen, 1098 to 1179. She also stated, just as the circle embraces all that is within us, so does the Godhead embrace all. No one has the power to divide this circle, to surpass it, or to limit it. God has arranged all things in the world in consideration of everything else. We move from God, through God, to God. And as we do, we're thinking. And as we think, our thinking becomes what? Experience. And if we learn from the experience, then we grow from it. And if we don't learn from it, we repeat it over and over and over again. School is never out. A good student knows that. I was talking to somebody who was, and I remember having this conversation with my oldest daughter who graduated from Berkeley, and as she was graduating with an MBA, I said, now what you need to understand is the world is not Berkeley. And then later she called me and said, you're right, it's not. Okay. Because what happened? She went from one life experience to a new one. And realize in your own life that we do what? We all go from what? One life to a new one life to a new one life to a new one. We live many lives in this lifetime. So our challenge is to do what? Learn from the last one and give birth to something beautiful in the next one. This never ends. In my treatment, which is on the other side of the page, I am God's complete program. Say the first paragraph with me and think about it as you say it. Everybody, I am the ultimate demonstration of God in the universe. My mind is a window of wonder, and the vision of my inner awareness is beautiful. Successful unfoldment is the joy of my experience. Comprehensive, positive embodiment of spirit now works wonders in my life. My experience is a never-ending string of victories. I win everywhere I go. I am God's complete program. Okay. Isn't that great? Everybody say it again. I am God's complete program. You are. And you can't do anything about that. Now, what are you doing with it? What are you doing with it? A lot of people just settle for, just knowing about it and not doing anything with it. Okay. Our challenge over and over again is to know and know we know that we can at any moment change our mind and change our life. And Isaiah, my favorite book in the Bible, Isaiah, and you will discover if you read it metaphysically, you will discover that there is nothing in Isaiah that's not in the New Testament. Okay. The realization of it is the same. The lesson of it is the same. It says in Isaiah, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. What is the way? The way to higher understanding, the way to clarity, the way to discovering not only the gift, but how to utilize it, how to open it and do something with it. The gift of God arrived when you arrived. And the beautiful thing about it is there's never been another you. That's important and special and wonderful. And I think as metaphysicians, as New Thought students, we begin to understand the specialness that we are. What a thing you are in this thing called life. No one has your dreams. No one has your imagination. No one has your talent. Nobody has your ability. No one can see things the way you can do or create a life the way you can create it. So that is what? That is special and wonderful and unique and beautiful. As Emerson said, imitation is suicide. Why imitate? Why not be unique and wonderful? Why not be the beautiful in action that you deserve to be? Dr. Ernest Holmes says on page 113 of the Science of Mind textbook, whenever and wherever the mind of man is open to the divine influx, it will receive instructions directly from the center and source of all. How many been at a point where you say, I just don't know what to do? And guess what? You don't. Until you get sick and tired of being sick and tired about that, and all of a sudden you open up to another idea, and what happens? It begins to come forth as your life experience. See, I love it. The challenge we have is to stand tall and celebrate the best of ourselves, to honor the realization that we can at any moment imagine something different. What Walt Disney used to call it Imagineering. Yeah. How many have Imagineered your way into greater good at least once in your life? Imagine your way into health. Imagineered your way into a greater experience. My dear friend and teacher, Dr. Fenwick Holmes, in 1919 wrote a wonderful book, The Law of Mind and Action. Dr. Fenwick Holmes wrote a number of books, Being and Becoming, The Unfailing Formula, How to Realize the Present. He co-founded something that goes back. We just returned from our integration conference, and if you do not know, we never again will ever have to explain to anybody why there are two religious science organizations. There is now one. Center for Spiritual Living. And in this a great week we had, there was, as we came together, what we had to do, a number of us, as we were taking this organization and making it one organization, is we had to do what? Look at what they wanted to do, look at what we wanted, and then we got together and amended what they wanted to do, and all of our amendments passed. And I'm very pleased about that. I'm very happy about that. But that's what you do. How many have something in your life right now, this morning, you're ready to amend? To rethink it, to reaffirm it, to get yourself in a situation where you're not looking at the world and only looking at how terrible everything and everyone around you is, or how confused everybody else is, or how dumb everybody else is, but to do what? Take responsibility for yourself and understand that what you're describing about anybody is nothing more than your own consciousness coming forth as your description. Hasn't got a thing to do with them. Now, if you learn that and you honor that, I got news for you. You'll be happier tonight than you've ever been in your life. And you'll probably be healthier than you've ever been in your life. Because that kind of thinking is called stinking thinking, and we've been calling it stinking thinking for years. And I've been involved. How many have been involved with it? Okay. Everyone say, wherever my mind goes, my world follows. Nothing you can do about that. Except what? Change your mind. Change your mind. Give it another direction. Change your mind. Give it something else to do. Dr. Holmes said in his book, Law of Mind and Action, 1919, consciousness of truth is the great goal of the metaphysician. He must have a deep-seated perception of reality, or his word is unbacked by power. His consciousness is the weapon with which he puts to fight the whole negative array of wrong thinking, wrong concepts and fears, with all their attendant diseases and limitations. It is his shield against doubt and discord. It is the standard around which he rallies the forces of good and God. Sword and shield and standard. Consciousness of simply knowing in your heart that all is good, all is God, and that your word is the law and the word of authority to the law of mind. This is true, my friends. It was true then, and it's true now. You have a power within you that knows what to do. It knows how to do it. It is doing it now as you, and there's no exception to this. So take charge of your life. Honor it. Let it be your way. Move forward from this understanding and know that you are accepting new direction from your heart and mind. That it's guiding you to ideas of harmony beyond anything you've ever known in your life, and that the infinite and the everlasting in you is ready, willing, and able to give you divine instructions. Give it something to do. Let it be beautiful. Let it be you, and you will know what to do and how to do it as you unearth yourself and transform your life by the renewing of your mind. Let it be your way. Namaste.